I finally decided it's time for me to replace some of my gear with the Hollywood standard. One of those things is a monitor for focus pulling that I can also use as a personal director's monitor. So I did some research and I found that the SmallHD Ultra 7 monitor has a built-in Bolt 6 receiver, and this one is the 1500-foot version. And also I was looking for something a little bit more compact. The only known issue that I know about this monitor is that it's a little over 4 pounds. And once you add a battery, it gets a little bit heavy. But everything else, as far as the specs, the compactness, it's perfect. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. All right, so here is the monitor. This thing is, you definitely feel the weight on this thing. But this isn't going on top of a camera, so I think we're good. Now, inside we have actually a bunch of other accessories. So this is the adapter, so I can actually add a V-mount directly to the back of the display, which charges everything. Interesting. It's made by Wooden Camera, which is a great brand. I got a few other accessories here. In here, we actually have a neck mount, side handles here, and they're actually they're pretty grippy. We got some extra cables, some more accessories. More accessories, these look like the replacement buttons. And then here, is a bunch of the receiver antennas are, and you can actually customize the color. So yeah, we'll be switching that out. All right, so let's go ahead and crack open this monitor. I feel like I have to be absurdly careful with this thing because it was such an expensive piece of equipment. So there's actually a screen protector on this. I'm not gonna take it off just yet. This feels very expensive. It features a 7-inch 1920 by 1200 touchscreen display, 6G SDI and HDMI inputs and outputs, and it has a bright 2300 nit display. It has 10-bit DCI-P3 color gamut. This also has something new that they have started to do, which is built-in antennas. If you've seen the other versions, the antennas were pretty tall. They would break easily, and you could easily lose them, so this is something that they designed for people who don't want to deal with the possible issues of that. I want to see if the $6,000 price tag is worth it. So we're going to put this thing through some tests and see if this is worth the money. I've not seen hardly any reviews on this thing, so I'm going to do that for you guys in this video and hopefully provide some insightful information for you guys. But for now, we're going to open up the accessories. These feel really good. These feel comfortable. It's like one of those grips where like if you sweat, it still isn't gonna slip out of your hands. Like, it's so grippy. Like, it feels really good, and it's nice and squishy as well. That's super nice. So there's the sling. All right, so here are the different colors that we have. So right now, black is actually on it. We have yellow, blue, green, and red. Personally, I like blue, so I'm gonna use blue. Blue is my favorite color. Stick this one on, like so. Perfect, now it's blue. All right, next, we got a couple nuts and bolts in here. Quite large, I'm not entirely sure. I see what these are for. Okay, so this is gonna be used for the side handles. That's what is in this bag. So we're gonna go ahead and attach those right now. Careful as I can really be. All right, so that fit. I'm gonna slap those on. And there we have it. That feels very, very nice. All right, we have a bunch of different stickers. We got a little camera sticker, monitor sticker, and I think this is the Teradek. Get started with your Ultra 7. So here's a warranty, app downloads, quick start guide, firmware updates. So you do all that through an app. We got a SmallHD monitor wipe, and then it actually provided us with a SD card. They better with how expensive this is. All right, so there's 8 gigs on there. I'm pretty sure, so you actually load any LUTs or any like color grading, LUTs that you want to add, you can throw it in there and then you can select them. Then we got a D-tap cable here. So this is the V-mount Allen key to use with this. It does have guards going around the edges, so you don't really scrape it up or anything. The V-mount only goes sideways. So it looks like for the rubber pieces, in order to actually tighten them on there, because I was doing this a second ago and it's definitely wiggling out. There's actually a screw in the back of this and you tighten that so it doesn't slip off. So it grips it. There we go. Oh, awesome. All right, so we actually got a screen protector included with this. Thank God I didn't take the... All right, so now let's put a battery in this thing and check out the user interface. so I have two different batteries with me. I have one that's kind of a little bit more lightweight. I believe this is about 1 pound. This one's definitely at least, feels as heavy as a monitor. I think this is about 4 pounds. I'm gonna go through the settings here. We'll get this all hooked up, and once that's done, we'll take it out for a spin, and we're gonna see how well it performs. Okay, so I figured out how to actually set up the A750 with this thing and connecting it to others. The issue was like, this was only pulling up in the app, so apparently what you have to do is on the receiver as well, like the A750 receiver, you're gonna double tap reset, and then you're also going to hit the transmitter and double tap reset, and then they'll link up to each other. Now I see footage on both of the monitors. $6,000 monitor versus a $100 monitor. What is the difference? I mean, for starters, the color on this one is horrible. Colors on that one look great. Because believe it or not, this actually does not have even a LUT on it. It works fine for focus, but yeah, the LUT, like, look at that. That looks awful. So there's actually different like settings and stuff you can do here. So right now we're doing 1080p at 23.98, and it's telling me which transmitter I'm connected to, which is nice. So set up like almost like different scenes on here. You can also customize all the buttons and whatnot, but there's even a way where you can customize like your away screen or no video screen, so you could put like a meme or something custom or whatever that you want on it. Oh, wow, you can actually have 2 video feeds on here. That's actually crazy. It'd be very, very small, but there's an option. You can zoom in pretty well too. Yeah, this screen gets very hot. Only complaint, I did take this out into the sun in direct sunlight, and this thing performed great. You know, I had no trouble seeing everything. Honestly, and there was no wireless difference between using the 1500 receiver versus the 750 receiver. They were completely right about that. There wasn't really anything different. Sometimes this was doing better, sometimes this was doing better, the A750. It would go in and out. The actual transmitter is the A750, which only goes 750. And like they said on their website, if your transmitter is a 1500 receiver, is not going to do any better unless, you know, the other one is also 1500. So I'll be upgrading in the future for sure, but I'll keep these A750s as backups just in case. All right, so we're gonna go out now, out into that field over there. Show the little people. It's pretty far out. I'm gonna try to guesstimate how far we get with this thing and with direct line of sight. So let's go do that now. Let's see. All right, I got feet again, and it's definitely in the line of sight now. So now we're just gonna start walking and see how the distance is. So we'll start walking this way. I see us. Oh, getting a little, got a little choppy there for a second. Getting a little choppy. It's starting to tear just a little bit. It's tearing a little bit. Right now we're probably 1 football field's length away, maybe? What do you think? No, not yet. A little bit more. Oop, we lost video there for a second. This thing is advertised at 1,500 feet, which is the equivalent of, it's like 3.75 or 4 football fields lengths. And so far, I mean, we also could be getting a lot of interference and stuff as well. But, all right, I think we've lost video. Nope. Just got it. It's going in and out right now. And I think too, it's the way that you hold it as well. Like when it's down here, I think it'll lose video. Like the antennas need to be up. Exactly, the antennas need to be up. If you have it down like this, I lose video. Here it gets it. So here's kind of the, as far as line of sight, I mean, this is probably what, 1 football field? Yeah, this is about 1 football field's length away from the receiver. So I mean, that kind of makes sense, at least with the 750. I mean, we are at probably around the 750 range. So I guess it makes sense that it would go out. But yeah, I could probably go a little bit more, but not much. That's about it for this test. I don't know where you'd be in a situation where it'd be direct line sight like this unless you're doing broadcast or something, but that's not what this is for. It's for films. So the next test will be multiple different rooms and just seeing the distance and how well it receives and transmits through walls. A lot of people online complained about the weight of this thing. For me, it's really not that bad. Doesn't feel all that heavy. I think in total it probably weighs like a little over 5 pounds, but for me, I guess because I'm a bigger guy, it doesn't really bother me. Feels like 2 or 3. Definitely if you put a bigger battery on here, I think then it would get to the point of like, yeah, it's a little heavy. And definitely if you got the version of this that has the transmitter built in and you put that on the camera, that definitely is too heavy for a camera rig. I mean, unless you're working with some big Goliath, you know, kind of camera. But yeah, as far as the receiver goes, I don't think it's all that heavy, like everyone's been saying. I think it's just fine. So now I have a monitor I can pull focus with, as well as I'm gonna be getting the 10-inch version. It's the Ultra 10 with the built-in receiver as well. And I'll see which one's kind of better for focus pulling, and then, because like each of them you can have a harness on, so I can give one of those monitors to the director, and one of the monitors goes to a first AC. That's kind of the goal with both of those, what I'm going to do. The menu and like this whole system, I mean, especially, I mean, for the price, I mean, this is technically an almost $6,000 monitor. I mean, you got everything you could imagine as far as like settings, setting things up and whatever. You can basically, it's like a whole computer built into this, and a wireless receiver. It is very cool. It is definitely as professional as it gets. I see why Hollywood loves SmallHD monitors. I'm looking forward to reviewing the Ultra 10 whenever I get that. Should be later this year. Quite the big upgrade from By the way, I was not sponsored by SmallHD or any of these brands. This was something I'd been looking at, and I used my own money for it. There's even something you can do with this where, like, if you're away from the screen or lose video or lose feed, you can actually have, like, you know, your own loading or waiting or disconnected, like, screens. So you could do memes or something. You have a meme pop up on here if you want, or whatever you want. It's very customizable, which is why it makes sense that this thing is as expensive as it is. And the build quality is fantastic. I would definitely recommend this monitor to anyone, honestly. I mean, as long as you got at least one of these in your kit or, you know, on standby or something, whatever, like, this is such a great thing to have, and everything's already put together. You can just hand it to someone and just say, click the on button, and then it automatically connects. It's great, it's perfect. Everything quick and easy.